What doesn't change is that consumer is always at the center. So that does not change.
Hello, everybody. Today at the CXO Lounge, we have someone really special. He doffs the marketer's hat, but is equally well versed with management mantras. He is very sound with concepts. Meet our special guest, Mr. Abhishek Gupta, the Chief Marketing Officer at Edelweiss Life Insurance. Welcome to the CXO Lounge, Abhishek.
Thank you, Prasad. Thank you.
So lovely to see you here.
Yeah, good to be here, and thank you for inviting me to this forum. It's my honor to be here.
I've had the privilege of listening to you at several forums. And, one of the things that I've seen is you also been tracking how marketing is moving.
Yes.
So if I can actually kickstart this conversation by asking you, what do you see is the near future and the long-term future of marketing?
What doesn't change is that consumer is always at the center. So that does not change. Whatever we do, whatever marketeers do, they always keep consumer at the center and try to do everything around that. So that does not change, irrespective of decades change, irrespective of we have impact events like COVID and everything comes. This fundamental doesn't change. So that brings to the question is what does change? What does change is the way we are reaching out to this consumer. The way the consumer is changing. The consumers are, we all know about that. India, the median age is 27 years. That's the median age of Indian consumers. So India is an extremely young country. Young people have lower attention span and they want instant gratification. So the consumers seem to be changing. The consumers seem to be getting much more evolved. The consumers are getting much more aware. The consumers are much more informed. And the consumers are much more, when I have experience across multiple categories, across multiple geographies. So you have a consumer who's fairly evolved. You have a consumer who now would like to measure you not against the category or the industry that you are into, but would like to import his or her experiences from other categories and expect that the wow this person gets from other industries, you also offer it. And therefore, it puts a challenge back to us that how do we keep on evolving? So it's not the consumers evolving, it is we who have to evolve to make this change. So this is the kind of large behavior change that I'm seeing.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. Okay, one of the things that I wanted to also ask with you is when the consumer, especially the ones who are in their 20s, are looking for instant gratification, what does that do to categories that actually cannot offer instant gratification?
Okay, so categories like us, we do not have what is called as gratification to offer to consumers. What do we offer consumers is a promise. A promise to take care of the consumer's family if something untoward incidents happen. So that is what we offer. But that doesn't mean that we cannot offer instant gratification. So how do we offer? I'm just probably focusing on our industry right now. Most of the time, the consumers used to apply for an insurance and then for consumer to get back his policy document. His policy document used to take 1 week, 10 days. Now when I say we, I'm actually talking about industry as a whole also. We have the ability to generate policy documents in 30 minutes and give it to the consumer. So what it does is the service or the promise that we offer is fairly intangible in nature. We are able to tangibilize this by offering an instant. The second thing that we do is take out the friction from the process. You don't need to fill up so many forms. You need to know that those were friction points. So those have completely been now digitized. So it's completely paperless process. So it's completely straight pass through. That is what we can do. What we can do is offer customers instant updates that your insurance policy is on the way. So these are the ways to probably, number one, tangibilizing the intangible. And number two is also to bring in some element of gratification in processes and products which cannot have instant gratification. So this is what we can do and we try to do. The other things, we also realize that ultimately we are humans dealing with humans. That doesn't change. So And insurance is an advisory business. We need to counsel the customer. We need to understand the needs of the customer, then only offer the product to the customer. And that comes through a personal advisory or a face-to-face interaction. What we try to do is over here is the person who's selling you the insurance, our advisor, that experience should be the one of the best that the consumer gets. The advisor who comes to you should be knowledgeable. The advisor who comes to you should have all the tools which are available to handle all the queries that are coming to you. That person should be able to offer a proper advice in terms of what is the product that you want, and even to a extent that telling you, sorry sir, we cannot currently take care of your needs because we do not have a product suitable, even up to that extent. So that interaction is what we focus on, because those are the moments of truth for us.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, you also spoke about putting the customer at the center of the
Yes.
entire experience, and that doesn't change.
Yeah.
However, what usually happens is that this process is fine-tuned in the top levels of the organization. When it comes to the customer-facing truth that you pointed out, somewhere this gets diluted.
Absolutely.
Because their business and targets become the center of the focus rather
Absolutely.
than the customer.
Absolutely.
How do you then manage that as marketers?
So it actually starts from the product design stage. Because when we are designing a product, a typical insurance product, the product design cycle is fairly longer. When I say longer, let me give you an example. Today we are discussing and we hit upon an idea. This seems to be a good product, and this probably is an unmet need or a gap in the market. Let us introduce this product. Even then, I probably would take another 4 or 5 months to get this product out finally in the market. Why does it take so long? While the idea is there, the unmet need is there, I need to do obviously a lot of calculations in terms of, because we're talking about money. We'll take some money from you and offer a promise. So that means I need to have a calculation to ensure that this product will be priced at a price which works for you as a consumer, which works for me as an insurer, which works for my partner who's going to selling it to you. It works for all of these three important stakeholders. Then this product, once we get all the contours ready, it needs to be go to the regulator. We cannot launch a product without regulator's nod. It goes to the regulator, and fairly we have a very active and fairly intelligent regulator. So we actually get questioned a lot by the regulator, because regulators want two things. Number one, consumer should not be cheated. And number two, very admirably, that you as an insurance company should not price your product so low that you don't last in business or you make a loss. Because ultimately, I am offering you a promise that I will take care of it for 20 years. I need to be in business for 20 years. If I don't be in business for 20 years, my promise is not even worth the paper it is printed on. So the regulator needs to ensure that the consumer interests are taken. You also have taken the company's interest in mind, so that you will earn money out of this, so that you don't go run out of the business. And once the regulator gives us a go ahead, then we can launch this product. So for us, keeping consumer at the center starts there.